Hi, my name is Craig Case. I'm your instructor for CHMN140 Spiritual Quest. And I wanted to send this video as an introduction of myself and just a brief overview of our upcoming class. And our class begins on Wednesday, February 20th. And I'm really excited about meeting you and for us to really begin a journey together in Spiritual Quest. But first, introduction about myself. I've been a pastor in full-time ministry for the last 16 years and have worked in differing roles, everything from a youth pastor to an associate pastor to a church planter and senior pastor. And I'm currently serving as the associate pastor at Maple Grove Covenant Church. And my responsibilities lie in teaching our adult education class, overseeing our small groups, and also overseeing our staff. We have a staff of 8 people. I also work with our interns and also our volunteer ministry teams. And I do preach probably about once every couple of months or so. And I also work at Bethel University. I've been working there for 7 years and have taught in total about 9 different classes. And my main classes that I teach are Introduction to Writing, also Spiritual Quest, and Reading and Responding to the Arts, and also Academic Research and Writing. And those are the classes I teach in General Studies, which you're a part of right now. I also teach in the Christian Ministries and am a part of the Christian Ministries faculty. And in that department, I teach Christian theology, leadership and ministry, and also the gospel and cross-cultural perspectives. I'm currently the acting program director for General Studies as Mark Thorson is away on sabbatical. So if you have any questions about either Spiritual Quest or any questions about General Studies, I'm here to answer and respond to any of those questions that you may have. Well, as we look ahead at Spiritual Quest, I want to encourage you in preparing for this class not to be intimidated. Not to be intimidated that perhaps you don't know a lot about religion or spirituality. In fact, I want to encourage you to come in this class really with an open mind. And by no means are we trying to force Christianity or make you become a religious person. This class is far from that. In fact, what we simply desire in Spiritual Quest is really to look at the development of spirituality and religious thought over the centuries of time. And I'll be doing that in our first class, where we'll look at Hebrew spirituality that's found in the Bible. Also, we'll look at the birth and growth of Christianity. And then we'll simply look at spirituality today. And I want to encourage you to really think about yourself and what it means to be human, because we think of ourselves kind of in compartments. That's sort of the Western way of thinking, where we think in terms of mental or emotional or physical. Well, if we think that way, spirituality is definitely a part of being human. But I want to encourage you to think about yourself holistically. In other words, emotional, mental and physical, and spirituality are all one together, that we're holistic people. And spirituality is a big part of what it means to be human. A person can't choose to be non-spiritual. I really believe that's impossible. Whether a person is a Christian or an atheist or agnostic, or simply is not interested in any kind of spirituality, there's still some kernel, some aspect of them that is spiritual, and that those needs have to be satisfied in whatever way possible. And we're going to explore that in our class together. So I'm really excited about our journey. In Genesis chapter 28, the Bible talks about a man named Jacob. And he's out in the middle of nowhere. And he goes to sleep, and he has this dream. He has this dream of God ascending and descending on this ladder. It's often referred to as Jacob's ladder. And as he wakes up from that dream, what he realizes is that God was in that place. In fact, the scriptures say specifically, Jacob saying out loud, the Lord was in this place and I wasn't aware of it. One of the lessons that we take away from that story of Jacob's dream and this sort of ladder that he saw in his dream is that God can be present in the middle of nowhere. That God can be present and found in the mundane Mondays of our lives. That God can certainly be found and experienced in church, or can be experienced during an important event of our lives, but also the God of the Scriptures is a God that can be found in the middle of nowhere. That everything, every place, every opportunity, whether it's a defining moment or just another thing like laundry or going to work or just driving in our car, those events and opportunities are loaded with spiritual opportunities. The point of Jacob's story is for us to have eyes open and to be aware. That's the first step, and probably the most important step around spirituality and a spiritual quest, is for us to be aware. Be aware of spirituality in our own lives, but be aware of a God who can be found anywhere. Well, I look forward to meeting you on Wednesday, February 20th for our first class, and would invite you to bring a Bible. If you don't have a Bible and you have a laptop or an iPad or iPhone, you can definitely use that, and we can look up online Bibles. One of the better ones I know of is called BibleGateway.com, and we're going to be looking at some passages in the Bible. And don't worry if you have no Bible knowledge. Don't worry if you're not quite sure where the books of the Bible are found. That's okay, because one of the things I really enjoy is teaching people about the Bible and teaching them books of the Bible, and we'll take some time in our class to actually look at some of those scriptures. So come into our class excited and eager to explore your spirituality and to explore a God who loves you very much. Take care. Email me if you have any questions, and we'll see you at our first class.